So today we are going to start with the PYQ series, and in PYQ series past year questions we are going to cover takeover regulation. All the questions from takeover regulation और जून 2017 से from June 2017 till December 2019 both old and new syllabus we are going to cover. So almost अपने एक 8 attempts के question papers यहाँ पर हम लोग discuss करने वाले हैं and some 20-21 questions which has been asked. Also, I'll tell you number of repetitions. I just made a small list of the number of repeated questions. So 1, 2, and 3. Only thrice it has happened that the question has been repeated. Otherwise, every time the question has been different. Okay. So we start with the June 2017 attempt paper. Okay. और June 17 attempt के अंदर you have question number 2 part C which was asked for again 5 marks. What is voluntary open offer under regulation 6 of the takeover code? तो आप मुझे बताओ आप यहाँ पे 5 marks के लिए voluntary open offer में क्या लिखोगे? So ये एक दूसरा screen है. This can be again for your reference. This is for June 2017 question 2 part A. I think we missed. Okay, part A we have missed. Part C मैंने यहाँ पे किया है. Okay, part A is also again from takeover. So you see, the question is, what are the obligations of the committee of independent directors of the target company in providing reasonable recommendations to the open offer made by the acquirer? Correct? अब आप ये चेक करके बताओ. पहले तो अपन ये वाले क्वेश्चन को ही वर्कआउट करते हैं. Have you read that? इसका आंसर किधर मिलेगा आपको? Where will you get the answer for this?
For A or C, sir?
Pardon? A. First we'll solve A, then we'll go for C. Yes, obligations. That is, sir, Priyanka is asking that, sir, it is just a small part in the obligation. So for 5 marks, would it be right? Yes, obviously. What all should we write? So that's what I'm asking. Do you all have takeover regulations, hard copy with you?
Soft copy, sir.
Okay. So I'll just keep this takeover regulations with you all. Open में यहाँ पे रखता हूँ जो हमने यहाँ पे already class के अंदर पढ़ा है. So while studying we have analyzed this. So आप check करो यहाँ पे. I'll just get this. You have the obligations of the independent directors of the target company, correct?
हेलो सर, एक्सक्यूज मी.
Yes.
सर हमको इसका अभी क्वेश्चन का आंसर देना है पहले. ओके ओके.
So it's regulation
Yes,
24.
this is 24.
No,
It's because of the second screen, and I had mentioned. No, not 24, 26. It will be regulation 26 and sub-regulation 7. This one. Just check this. So the committee of independent directors shall provide a written reasoned recommendation on the open offer of the to the shareholders of the target company, and such recommendation shall be published in such form. So basically in that newspapers, correct? At least 2 working days prior to the commencement of the tendering period in the same newspaper where the public announcement has been made, and it will be also sent to the SEBI and also to the stock exchanges where the shares of the target company are listed, and also to the manager to the open offer. So ये आपका जो answer है, this you are going to get. The answer for this question would be what? It will be regulation 26 sub regulation 7. 5 marks. Correct? So Priyanka, आपको इतना ही आंसर लिखना है. This is what you have to write. Okay, when the answer is only this much, you cannot bluff or fool around. Just write this much, it will be enough. Okay, now let's pick up the next question. What is a voluntary offer? Okay, by the way, this question has been asked again. This was again asked in December 2017. So when we do that paper, I'll discuss it again. So ये बताइए, what is a voluntary offer as per regulation 6? So 5 marks के लिए voluntary offer में आप क्या क्या points को लिखोगे? So I'll make this as point C. Voluntary offer.
One is the precondition
So
that
precondition in the sense who can give the voluntary open offer.
yeah.
Correct? Who can give the voluntary open offer? One is this. Then we can write the preconditions that pass 52 weeks. So basically, who can give the voluntary open offer? Any acquirer who holds 25% or more. Yes or no? And then the preconditions. And what was the precondition? That previous 52 weeks,
52 weeks.
no acquisition has been done. The minimum offer size will be for 10%.
Yes. No, that is in 7, no?
No, that is regulation 6. The minimum offer size will be for 10%. Yeah, but it is as per. So this is given in regulation 7, but it is for voluntary open offer only, right?
Yeah, correct.
Correct. Then what else? No acquisition of shares or voting rights for another 6 months after the completion of the voluntary open offer, right?
And even during the period.
Yeah, even during, except under the voluntary open offer. And we have exception for this if he wants to come up with another voluntary open offer, or he wants to come with a competing
Competing.
offer. Correct? If you remember, when we did regulation 8, at that point of time हमने इसको cover किया था. Regulation 6 जब हमने इसको class में cover किया था, I think I'll just share the slide. Exact वो slide पे लाके आपको छोड़ देता हूँ, so you will understand. This is the disclosure part. Then we did regulation 3. Now you'll get regulation 6 also. So I'll just quickly take it there. Yes. Remember? Voluntary open offer. This is that. आप देखो ये मैंने आपको बताया था 5 marks के लिए. So आप ये देखो 25 weeks or more, 52 weeks, no acquisition. During the offer period, no acquisition except the voluntary open offer. No acquisition for the next 6 months except another voluntary open offer, competing offer, and bonus or stock split which is made by the company. Quantum will be minimum of 10% and maximum pre-holding plus acquisition जो आप कर रहे हो, it should not exceed the maximum permissible non-public shareholding, right? Then apart from that, there was amendment in this voluntary open offer mein. There was an amendment which was made in this, that this 52 weeks condition, it has been exempted, right? आप देखिए यहाँ पे voluntary open offer. If we quickly just go to the relevant
Only,
page.
only till 2021, right? 31st
Yes,
March.
yes. अब ये देखो, the new proviso which has been added here. This relaxation has been granted till March 2021. So now if you get this question in December attempt, you'll have to write this answer, right? The past 52 weeks relaxation has been given. So ये आपका एक और question आ गया. So this is was there asked in June 2017. There is another question which was asked. Okay, now check this question. We had discussed this. We had discussed this in detail. SpiceJet scheme of reconstruction pursuant to a competent authority does not trigger an open offer under the SAST regulation. Discuss the regulation citing the case law. Remember the SpiceJet case? Regulation 10, sub-regulation 1, clause D, if you remember. ये देखो, रिमेंबर क्लॉज डी सब क्लॉज 2. सो आप ये देखो, मैंने बताया था 2017 में ये क्वेश्चन आया था. दिस इज अगेन वन ऑफ द रिपीटेड क्वेश्चन. सो कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटी, दिस हैज बीन रिमूव्ड. यस और नो? So this will be subclause 2. So this has been amended, and which was the case? The case was SpiceJet, where competent authority किसको माना गया था? Ministry of Civil Aviation. Right? Don't write MCA. वो Ministry of Corporate Affairs हो जाएगा. Ministry of Civil Aviation. That was considered as the competent authority. Correct? But now the competent authority has been removed. Correct? The competent authority case has been removed. So now this is an amendment. So that time it was allowed that competent authority does not trigger. But now this competent authority word has been removed. Therefore now it will trigger. Okay. So अगर आप कोई स्कैनर वगैरह पुराना देखोगे तो मे बी वहां पर आपको मिलेगा that competent authority. If so, now this question if comes, the answer would be totally opposite. 2000, because this amendment was made in 2019. So till 2019, competent authority was there. So you used to get that exemption from the open offer, but now you will not get. Now the scheme of reconstruction has to be approved either by the court or it has to be approved by the tribunal, whether Indian or foreign. Only then you will get that exemption, right? डू यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन द केस लॉ? मेघना आप लिख सकते हो, ये केस लॉ आप एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो यहाँ पे, स्पाइस जेट वाला, राइट? और इसमें अजय सिंह वाज द अक्वायरर जिनका ट्रिगर टच हुआ था और उन्होंने ओपन ऑफर फिर नहीं दिया था. एंड सेबी ने भी कोई क्वेश्चन रेज नहीं किया था, बट लेटर ऑन सेबी वाज क्रिटिसाइज्ड अ लॉट, हेंस दिस हैज बीन रिमूव्ड नाउ. ओके, so we are through with June 17 questions. Now let's go ahead with the December 2017 questions. So December 2017, you had question number 1, part C. So you see, this is again the repeated question. Right? This is again the repeated question. Again, the competent authority. So now it does trigger. Okay. फिर आप देखिए, December 2017 they had asked again the repeated question. Then you had question number 3E. So that was again a repeated question. ये देखिए, voluntary open offer. What is a voluntary open offer? For acquiring the shares in another company, and you have to state the restrictions in terms of the takeover regulation. So now this question has been asked for 3 marks. Right? So 3 marks के लिए फिर आप यहाँ पर again content आप उतना ही लिखो. Personally I feel आपको content को reduce नहीं करना चाहिए, because अगर आप content को reduce करोगे तो I feel, I don't know, because anyway a little, very little has been given. अगर आप मॉड्यूल वगैरह को भी चेक करोगे या जो वॉलंटरी ओपन ऑफर का प्रोविजंस आप देखोगे, वो वैसे भी वही 5-6 पॉइंट्स ही है, राइट? सो इसमें आप क्या तो कट डाउन करोगे और कौन से पॉइंट्स को कट डाउन करोगे? सो इट्स बेटर इफ यू राइट एवरीथिंग, करेक्ट? एंड सिंस इट्स फॉर 5 मार्क्स, you may avoid giving the explanation that what is a open offer. But if it's asked for 5 marks, there you can write this, that in case of a takeover, you have mandatory bid where the trigger is touched pursuant to regulation 3, 4 or 5 and the open offer is given. But it may be possible that the trigger is not touched, hence the open offer is not required to be given, but the acquirer voluntarily wants to give the open offer. In that case, the open offer would be given under regulation 6, and that's how you can start with the preconditions. So ये आपका एक एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आ सकता है 3 मार्क्स के लिए. So December 17 only this much. इसके अलावा December 17 में भी कुछ नहीं था. Let's go ahead to this paper, June 2018. One of the controversial attempt for टेक ओवर एक्चुअली, ये आप देखिए, आई थिंक ये हम लोगों ने रेगुलर क्लास के अंदर भी डिस्कस किया था when we did this topic. Can anyone tell me what which regulation you are going to trigger here? Which is the regulation you are going to trigger here? Fantastic. Regulation 5A. Correct. Priyanka, Harpreet, correct. रेगुलेशन 5A यहाँ पे ट्रिगर होगा, और रेगुलेशन 5A ट्रिगर करने के बाद में आप यहाँ पर बताओगे that the open offer cannot be, so basically if a competing offer has come, you cannot give the open offer, you cannot ask for delisting, correct? So आप ये चेक करो रेगुलेशन 5A के अंदर, दिस वाज रेगुलेशन 5A, एंड रेगुलेशन 5A के अंदर ये प्रोविजन आएगा आपको, सब रेगुलेशन 4 क्लॉज A, where a competing offer is made, the acquirer shall not be entitled to delist the company, correct? One is this, which you are going to write here. So I'll write it, regulation 5A, sub-regulation 4, clause A. They will not be allowed to, the company will not be allowed to delist the company. Plus, if they want to delist the company, you will also mention what is there in regulation 5A, that once the DPS is given, then from takeover regulation, you shift to the delisting regulation. And if the delisting is successful, then there is no growth. So first explain what is regulation 5A, how you give a delisting offer. After that, you mention this, that since another shareholder has given a counter offer or a competing competing offer, then as per regulation 5A, sub regulation 4, clause A, you cannot delist the company, correct? So this is there. Then there was another question which was peculiar, और एग्जाम में ये क्वेश्चन आया था, एंड स्टूडेंट्स वर लाइक ये पता नहीं कैसा क्वेश्चन है, दो आई फील दिस इज अ वेरी 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 सिंपल क्वेश्चन. आप ये देखो, Progression Limited is a listed company with a paid up capital of 200 crores. Now, divided into 20 crore shares of rupees 10 each. RSTU are the promoters of the company holding 2 crore shares, 5.4 crore shares, 0.8 crore shares, and 2 crore 20 lakh shares, right? There are following situations. So they have given you three situations. T transfers 0.3 crore shares each to R and U. S transfers 0.22, basically 22 lakh shares to T, or if R transfers 20 lakh shares to T and U. Now, as a company, you need to advise the required compliances, if any, under the takeover regulations for the above three situations respectively. Now I want to give you guys 2 minutes. आप मुझे सोच के बताओ क्या क्या रहेगा.
So interstate transfer between the promoters is allowed.
Okay.
It does not attract.
So interstate transfer would be exempt, correct? Since they all are partners, since they all are the promoters, right? Because they all are RST, you all are the promoters. So as per regulation 10, sub regulation 1, clause A, interstate transfer will be exempt. But as far as interstate transfer is concerned, they have to comply with the two conditions, or rather for this case, three conditions. They have to be PSC for the last 3 years. Yes or no? पिछले 3 साल से आप यहाँ पे promoters हो as per the disclosures, then the pricing is there not more than 125% of the volume weighted average market price of the market of the 60 trading days. Yes or no? And they will have to also comply with the disclosure requirement. Only then in that case you are not going to, you're going to get the exemption. Now, one is the requirement of the public announcement, another obligation is for the disclosures. So here they'll have to give disclosure under regulation 29, sub regulation 2 in all the three situations. Because if you check, 20 crores is the total number of shares, they are holding how much? So if you just check this, this is 2 crore. 2 plus 5, 7. Okay, 7. And if you add this, 7 plus 2, 9. 9, and then this is 10. So this is 10.4 crores. So out of 20 crores, they are holding 10.4 crores. This means they are holding more than 5%. They are holding more than 5%. Yes or no? So वो regulation 29(2) में fall करते हैं, and they will have to give disclosures under regulation 29(2) for both acquisition as well as disposal. Okay. So ये एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ गया था एग्जाम में 5 मार्क्स का. नाउ द ओनली प्रॉब्लम वाज स्टूडेंट्स वर कंफ्यूज्ड क्या करना है सर इस क्वेश्चन में, राइट? ओपन ऑफर ट्रिगर का बात करें, क्या करें? सो एज अ कंपनी सेक्रेटरी जब आपको बोल दिया ना, एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इन सच क्वेश्चंस, आपको सिर्फ ये नहीं देखना कि एक ही पॉइंट, लाइक यू डोंट हैव टू रेस्ट्रिक्ट योरसेल्फ कि हाँ इंटरस्टेट ट्रांसफर है तो एग्जाम्प्ट है, या सिर्फ डिस्क्लोजर, बिकॉज एज अ कंपनी सेक्रेटरी you have to take care of the entire takeover regulation. So you'll have to see in each of the transaction which takeover regulation gets triggered, right? Or which provisions are triggered here, and accordingly you'll have to update your board of directors or your client about the situation. And यहाँ पर आप उनको पूरे compliances के लिए बताओगे, तो आप उनको बोलोगे even if trigger touch होगा, but आपका you'll get the exemption. Interstate transfer में आपको exemption है, but we need to ensure these three things. Apart from that, irrespective whether you are getting the exemption or not, disclosure is mandatory. So they will have to give disclosure under regulation 29(2), because acquirer and PSE, they are holding more than 5%. So 5% or more, you are in regulation 29 sub regulation 2. So all the disclosures would go in regulation 29 sub regulation 2. Guys, is this clear? This is clear? ये वाला. So 5 marks ये एग्जाम में काफी कंट्रोवर्सी क्रिएट किया था कि पता नहीं ऐसे कैसे क्वेश्चन आपने पूछ लिया. सो दिस वाज लिटिल डिफिकल्ट फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स. ऐसा फीडबैक जो मेरे को मिला था कि सर ये कैसे करना था सॉल्व, कोई आइडिया नहीं था इसका. नाउ लेट्स सी December 2018 attempt. Now in December 2018 attempt, you have two questions which was asked. One is question 2 capital A part 3. Sorry, part 2. Okay. So explain the four major types of anti-takeover amendments. So हमने last class में we ended our takeover regulation with this only. So what are the four anti-takeover amendments which you do? Module के अंदर भी था बिल्कुल clear. One is the super majority amendment. Then the classified boards. Then you have this preferred stock. Remember, preferential shares आप issue कर दो. So you have this preferred stock, and then the fair price agreement or the fair price amendments. करेक्ट. सो ये आपके 4 मेजर एंटी टेक ओवर अमेंडमेंट्स हो जाएंगे. करेक्ट. शार्क रेपेलेंट जिसको हम बोलते हैं. सो दिस इज दैट क्वेश्चन. करेक्ट. यस. पॉइजन पिल. बिल्कुल करेक्ट. आफ्टर दैट देयर वाज वन अगेन 3 मार्क क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन 3 पार्ट डी. नाउ दिस इज दैट जो मैंने न्यू सिलेबस वालों को भी बोला था कि आप ओल्ड सिलेबस के मॉड्यूल से ये क्वेश्चन को अटेम्प्ट करना, बिकॉज ये एग्जाम में कई बार पूछते हैं. So what are the factors that make a company desirable candidate for a takeover from the acquirer point of view? If I can just take you to the old syllabus module, I think वही page number खुलेगा, because that's where we had ended. No, we ended with this, that next lecture we are going to start with financial restructuring. So अगर मैं takeover को लेके जाऊं, randomly I'll just take it to that page. Low promoter holding, correct? unencumbered subsidiaries or assets, right? Good cash flow. Check this. Exact module से ये उठ के 3 marks का question आया था. Remember? Relatively small stock holding under the control of the incumbent management. Correct? Mindtree वाला example जैसे था. Good cash flow in relation to the current stock price, subsidiaries which can be sold without significantly impairing the cash flows, low stock price, highly liquid balance sheet, good cash flow in relation to the stock price. So if I can just write it, new syllabus के students, old syllabus वाले भी they can remember this, but new syllabus वाले students you can just take a note of this. Again जैसे मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया था, इसका एक screenshot ले लो, so you'll get this. So this is again page 145 of the module. Okay, this is page 145 of the module, old syllabus. करेक्ट, तो ये आपको ध्यान रखना है, ये एग्जाम में स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड क्वेश्चन उठ के आया था. करेक्ट, इसको हमने डिटेल में डिस्कस किया ही था. 3 मार्क्स, तो देखो 3 मार्क्स के लिए ये क्वेश्चन आया ना. प्रियंका डोंट कंपेयर कि सर 3 मार्क्स है तो इतने पॉइंट्स लिखने हैं कि कम लिखने हैं. राइट ऑल, राइट ऑल, irrespective 3 marks or 5 marks, write all. पूरा content आप यहाँ पे लिखो so that you don't have a chance. So max you can do, you can cut down the example. Otherwise you can put the examples that because of this reason the takeover was done, or that's how the potential it became a vulnerable target. Correct? So next we have June 2019 attempt. जून 2019 अटेम्प्ट अगर आप देखो तो यहाँ पे है क्वेश्चन नंबर 1C. ऑल राइट, सो आप मुझे बताओ what is going to be the compliances. So you have amendment also in this answer. Now you have amendment also in this answer. आप बताइए. सबसे पहले तो आप मुझे बताओ, I expect a correct answer from you all. Which regulation is going to trigger here? Ramesh is the promoter. And now Ramesh intends to pledge his shares for obtaining a loan. Very good Priyanka. Regulation 31 यहाँ पे trigger होगा. Since he is the promoter, he will have to do the disclosures. So at the time of creation, he will have to give the disclosure, and when he is going to release the shares, he is going to give the disclosure, or if it gets invoked. Even in that case, they'll have to give the disclosure. Plus, amendment to this. So even this amendment, that the promoter of every company, every target company, they will have to declare on a yearly basis. So अगर आप कोई स्कैनर वगैरह चेक करोगे तो ये अमेंडमेंट आपको नहीं मिलेगा. बट सब रेगुलेशन 4 of regulation 31, the annual compliances, right? So ये आपके एग्जाम में यहां पर आ जाएगा. Then if you see, you'll have again another question from this attempt जो आपको एग्जाम में पूछा गया है. You have actually 2 more questions. Question number 3B. Now, okay. Can you all tell me which regulation will get triggered here? Which regulation will get triggered here? An open offer made under SASC regulation cannot be withdrawn except under certain circumstances. Can you answer this question? Which regulation will get triggered here? I'm waiting for it. Very good. Regulation 23. Regulation 23, correct. So it cannot be withdrawn except in certain circumstances. तो क्या थे वो certain circumstances? Death of the acquirer. Then if the condition is not fulfilled, then regulatory approval is not received. Correct, Priyanka? Then board resolution वाला भी था क्या? कुछ board resolution, special resolution वाला. Preferential issue. So in case of preferential issue, if SR is not passed, the open offer will not be allowed to be withdrawn. Correct? Though it's a 3-mark question, so even if you don't write, it is fine. But I would still recommend 3 marks का question है, so you have easily 4 to 5 marks to, you know, 4 to 5 minutes to answer to this question. So I really feel that you should write this also, that earlier the timing of the public announcement was the date of special resolution in case of preferential issue, which has now been amended to and made it as board resolution. Therefore, if board resolution is passed and SR is not passed, that is, if the preferential issue is not successful, even in that case, the open offer has to be given and it cannot be withdrawn. And last option is at the ease of SEBI. Correct? Then this, again, I had said you during the class that the conditional offer and the competing offer is one and the same thing. 3-mark question. तो यहाँ आपका आंसर क्या होगा? No, it is not same. Conditional offer and competing offer, they are not same. Conditional offer में क्या आएगा? That a acquirer gives the open offer. बिल्कुल correct, Priyanka. Regulation 19 and regulation 20. Priyanka is fully charged up for the lecture. So Priyanka has written, I have a small doubt in the previous question of Progressive Limited. Okay. इसके बाद Progressive Limited वाला डाउट ले लेते हैं आपका. राइट सो यहाँ पर आपका रेगुलेशन 19 रेगुलेशन 20 वो दोनों आ जाएगा और शॉर्ट में आप यहाँ पर इसका आंसर कंप्लीट कर दोगे. करेक्ट. ये याद आ रहा है ना आप लोगों को? यू ऑल आर रिमेम्बरिंग दिस? So Divya is saying yes. Okay. चलिए then we have, so Priyanka we have 2 more paper, right? उसको डिस्कस करके विल कम हियर टू योर डाउट. या चलो ठीक है, प्रोग्रेसिव लिमिटेड वाले क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं. या बताइए, व्हाट इज योर डाउट इन दिस? नो यू डोंट हैव टू मेंशन अबाउट रेगुलेशन 31 क्योंकि यहाँ पर कोई प्लेज नहीं हो रहा है शेयर्स. इट्स ओनली अ इंटर से ट्रांसफर and in case of inter se transfer they are asking about the required compliances, so nothing about regulation 31. Okay. हाँ वो जाएगा बट नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. नॉट रिक्वायर्ड about the holding. No, that is not required. Don't mention about 31. See, they're asking about, see, the question has given you 3 situations and they're asking about the compliance requirement, so just mention about those compliance requirement only. You don't have to mention anything. लिख सकते हो, मैं ये नहीं बोलता वो गलत होगा, but that's not required. That is not going to add value to the answer and anyway you don't get marks for extra marks for writing that. Okay, so that's why try to avoid, because again it's not going to fetch you any marks. So this is December 2019 old syllabus. आप ये देखो repeated question. ABC Limited exact, it's exact same. आप देखो same कंपनी का नाम भी same है, stock exchange भी same है, acquirer भी same है, everything is same. So this is a repeated question from June 2018. So not many questions they have repeated, right? This is the third question which has got repeated in the past paper. Then there is one more question which they have asked, which is relating to takeover. That's question number 2A part 2. So this was from the amendment. आप मुझे बताओ which regulation is going to be invoked here. कौन सा रेगुलेशन इन्वोक होगा यहां पे? Which regulation will get invoked here? Threshold limits triggering the public announcement for acquiring the shares in a listed company is not applicable in case of a listed company undergoing CIRP. Explain in
Three.
pardon?
3.
3. So entire regulation 3 and 4. Entire regulation 3 and regulation 4. Pursuant to which regulation? यहां पर तो ट्रिगर टच होता है. एग्जेम्पशन आपको किसके अंदर मिलेगा? रेगुलेशन 10, सब रेगुलेशन 1, एंड देयर वाज अ न्यू क्लॉज फॉर दिस. आप देखो. So this is DA, correct? Acquisition pursuant to the resolution plan approved under section 31 of the IBC, correct? So this is regulation 10, sub-regulation 1, clause DA, correct? So this gives the exemption. Threshold triggering the public announcement for acquiring the shares in a listed company. In case of a listed company undergoing this, say indicate the threshold limits that can be ignored. So which thresholds can be ignored? You can ignore regulation 3 and you can ignore regulation 4. Because if you remember, हमने क्लास के टाइम पे भी जब पढ़ा था exemptions को, so we had discussed that. So let me just go straight away to that page जहां हमने exemptions को start किया था. At that point of time only I had mentioned, आप ये देखो, regulation 10 sub regulation 1, this gives you the exemption from 3 and 4. Okay, so अगर आप यहाँ पे लिखोगे yes it is exempt, तो कोई मार्क्स नहीं मिलेगा. बिकॉज आप देखो 5 मार्क्स का यू विल गेट 1 मार्क, दैट इज एग्जाम्ड. वो आपसे ये नहीं पूछ रहा वेदर इट इज एग्जाम्ड और नॉट. दे आर आस्किंग दैट what are the threshold limits which can be ignored. So regulation 3, so 3 means both 3.1 and 3.2 can be ignored, and 4. And in fact इसमें अगर आपको ऐड करना है, so Priyanka, if you want to add, you can add one more thing, that the minimum threshold limit of maintaining that minimum threshold, the condition or the proviso in regulation 3 sub regulation 2 for maintaining the minimum public shareholding is not applicable in case of IBC. If the acquisition is done pursuant to IBC, the acquirer can go beyond 75 also, right? And he will also get the exemption from the open offer as per regulation 10 sub regulation 1 clause DA. So if you remember clause DA, it is fine. Otherwise just mention as per regulation 10, एटलीस्ट रेगुलेशन 10 आप वहां पर मेंशन कर देना, करेक्ट. बट ट्राई टू रिमेंबर, आई एम नॉट सेइंग ट्राई टू मग अप, बट ट्राई टू रिमेंबर, क्योंकि आप इस तरह से रीड करते रहोगे तो आपको रिटेंशन इसका ज्यादा रहेगा. ओके, नाउ लेट्स गो टू जून 2019 अटेम्प्ट. नाउ आई टेल यू जून 2019 न्यू सिलेबस के अटेम्प्ट में अगर आप जाओगे, सरप्राइजिंग क्वेश्चन वाज आस्क्ड जो अभी तक इंस्टीट्यूट ने ऐसा पूछा नहीं था, बट न्यू सिलेबस दे हैड आस्क्ड. एंड इमेजिन दिस क्वेश्चन वाज आस्क्ड इन पार्ट बी, नॉट इन पार्ट ए. दिस क्वेश्चन वाज आस्क्ड इन पार्ट बी. और आप देखो बिल्कुल लास्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है, एक्सप्लेन द मेजर अमेंडमेंट्स इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन द टेक ओवर रेगुलेशंस दैट गॉट नोटिफाइड इन सितंबर 21, 2011. 5 मार्क्स. अब आप बताओ इसमें क्या आंसर करोगे. नाउ यू हैव टू सी टू थिंग्स इन माइंड. एक तो ये आपसे पार्ट बी में पूछा है, दैट इज इंसॉल्वेंसी वाला. यस और नो? न्यू सिलेबस पार्ट बी इज इंसॉल्वेंसी. सो यू हैव टू चेक दीज थिंग्स कि ये आपसे इंसॉल्वेंसी वाले पार्ट में पूछा है. और दूसरा आपको क्या ध्यान रखना है, इंसॉल्वेंसी से रिलेटेड अमेंडमेंट्स यहाँ पे पूछे हैं. Now the problem is when we study that okay टेक ओवर रेगुलेशंस है, चलो फटाफट से रीड करते हैं and we go through the provisions, but we don't know whether it is an amendment or not. And till the time we don't know whether it is an amendment or not, we will not be in a position to write the answer for this because this is only asking about the amendments. जैसे वो competent authority वाला है, we know that today competent authority is not a, you know, if a scheme of reconstruction has been approved by a competent authority, that is not a valid ground for claiming the exemption. Okay, it has to be done only by the court or NCLT or the tribunal. But the problem is, since you don't know that competent authority पहले था और अभी वो competent authority को हटा दिया गया है, you will not be in a position to answer for this question. तो ऐसे केस में आप क्या करोगे? That's the reason we say that आपको यहाँ पे पढ़ना जरूरी है. तो कोशिश करना होगा यहाँ पर that आप किसके लिए लिखोगे? टेक ओवर से आईबीसी से रिलेटेड आप यहाँ पे अमेंडमेंट्स को लिखो. बट नेवरदलेस इफ यू डोंट नो एनीथिंग, आपको अगर वो ऐसे याद नहीं आ रहा, तो जो भी आपके मेजर अमेंडमेंट्स थे वो आप यहाँ पर लिख सकते हो. इस क्वेश्चन को देखने का एक और तरीका है दैट it is asking about the major amendments which was introduced in the takeover regulation, right? So mapping from 1997 to 2011 regulation, ये भी इसका एक आंसर यहाँ पे हो सकता है. करेक्ट, ये भी इसका आप यहाँ पर अमेंडमेंट्स आप यहाँ पे लिख सकते हो. दैट्स द टेक ओवर रेगुलेशन 2011 इंट्रोड्यूस्ड सर्टेन थिंग्स व्हिच वाज देयर और व्हिच वाज नॉट देयर इन 1997. तो इसके अंदर आपके क्या हो जाएंगे, जैसे ओपन ऑफर का साइज बढ़ गया, ट्रिगर बढ़ गया. करेक्ट, ऑल दैट यू कैन राइट. नॉन कॉम्पीट फीस वी हैड डिस्कस्ड अबाउट इट. करेक्ट, तो नॉन कॉम्पीट फीस गया. क्रीपिंग एक्विजिशन, सो पहले क्रीपिंग एक्विजिशन के लिए देयर वर टू जोन्स, राइट? सो 15 to 55 and then there was another 55 to 75. So अभी वो सब हट गया. You have only 25 to 75 only one zone which is there. So ये सारे amendments है. But majorly आप वहां पर लिखो recent amendments ये थे. So जब यहाँ पर इस तरह से आया तो फिर आप उसमें बताओ recent amendments. Okay, recent amendments आप यहाँ पे लिखोगे, right? So it's again interpretation. You can interpret this question since it was asked in part B. So I would write the recent amendments. So recent amendments all pursuant to the insolvency. Basically IBC के बाद में post IBC whatever amendments have been introduced in the takeover regulations, you are going to write that. Plus they are saying that explain the major amendment introduced in this that got notified here. So you are trying to do the comparison between 97 and 2011 regulation. Correct. इंस्टीट्यूट का सजेस्टेड आंसर जब मैंने देखा, आई वॉज प्रिटी शॉक दैट दे हैड आंसर्ड दिस, नॉट दिस, दे हैड आंसर्ड दिस. नाउ टेक्निकली इट्स 9 years. ओके, सो अभी 9 years के बाद में since takeover regulation has come, so after 8-9 years we cannot expect this kind of a question, that mapping वाला. This question was good till 2013-2014, right? कि ये amendments है. But अभी अगर आप यहाँ पे मैपिंग करते हो 97 से 2011 रेगुलेशन के लिए, तो आई थिंक मैपिंग इज नॉट अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन विच शुड बी आस्क्ड. सो इंस्टीट्यूट के सजेस्टेड आंसर में दे हैव गिवन दिस. बट इफ आई वाज अ स्टूडेंट एंड आई वुड हैव had attempted this question, because this question is asked in part B, I would have written all the amendments pursuant to IBC and the other amendments which was there in the takeover regulation. And since this is a 5-mark question, so sometimes there can be a situation where you will get stuck कि क्या attempt करना है, क्या attempt नहीं करना है, right? इसमें क्या आंसर लिखा जाना चाहिए. So at that point of time, take your call and write the answer. Correct? Now, I can guarantee whether you write this answer or you write this answer, ऐसा नहीं होगा that you'll get 0. ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं होगा that you'll get 0, because again there is nothing wrong which you have written. It's again about the interpretation. Correct? And this is not even the case law. So there can be this kind of a situation where you'll have to take a call. Okay. So moving ahead, let's pick up another question, and another question from December 2019. And December 2019 के अंदर I think takeover से related कोई question नहीं था. ये takeover जो है, this is not the Companies Act, this is Companies Act वाला takeover. Okay, so let me just see. I think there was no question which was asked. Okay, what are the kinds of takeover practiced in the world? This is asked for 3 marks. A 3 mark question. इसका क्या आंसर करोगे?
Business, hostile, and bailout, right?
Exactly. So you have the hostile takeover, you have the friendly takeover, and you have the bailout takeover. The three types of takeover. जिसमें hostile, friendly. So what you can do, you can explain them in 2 to 3 lines. आप उसको 2 to 3 lines में explain कर दो. So just explain them in 2 to 3 lines. Okay. So ये 2 to 3 lines के अंदर आप इसको explain करके कर दो. Now you see this is a 3 mark question which ideally should take 4 to 5 minutes. Correct. So हो सकता है इसमें आपको 5 minutes से ज़्यादा time भी लगे. But that's fine. Write everything because again if your answer is complete and you've written everything, it is possible that you will get 3 on 3. करेक्ट. तो थोड़ा सा एक्स्ट्रा लिख के अगर आपको 1 नंबर एक्स्ट्रा मिलता है, so it's not a bad deal which you can take chance for. So it's absolutely fine. So till now in takeover only these questions have asked, and as you can see thrice they had asked the repeated question. इसके अलावा एक भी repeated question उठ के नहीं आया, and that is the reason we covered everything from takeover, and that too from the Bear Act, whether it was there in the module or not, because of this particular reason, because you never know in your attempt which question they are going to ask. It could be a recent amendment or it could be a recent case law. So कुछ भी यहाँ पर इस तरह से हो सकता है. आप बताइए. This is clear? This is clear? So I hope takeover आपको अच्छे से समझ में आया होगा. We started our batch in July 2000, July 11th, correct? We had started from July to 11th, and आप देखो almost we have given half a month, 15 days आपने कम से कम टेक ओवर को यहाँ पर दिया है. We have spent somewhere around 27 to 28 hours only for takeover. So I hope आपके दिमाग में ये सब सेट हो गया होगा. Any other doubt from takeover which I can cater here? Please text so that I get an idea about it. Any other doubt? So Priyanka has asked that in regulation 31, sub-regulation 4, why do promoters have to give the disclosure? Because in Reliance, if Mr. Mukesh Ambani has pledged his shares and his pledged his pledge is on invoke his pledge, the shares which he has pledged, that is in the risk that can get invoked, that will affect more to the Reliance Industries or a normal public shareholder whose shares are pledged and has a risk of getting invoked. Definitely Mukesh Ambani's, because he's the promoter of the company. So if the promoters have pledged the shares and the pledge is going to get invoked, or even if it is not going to get invoked, the promoter pledging his shares is a event for the market, for the shareholder. It's a information, right? So that's the reason the obligation for invocation of the shares of the target company or even creating a pledge for the shares of the target company is always in respect of the promoter and not of the other shareholders. This is, they are making it more strict. Regulation 31, sub-regulation 4, they are making it more strict, stringent policy that promoters की तरफ से प्रॉपर वो पूरा डिस्क्लोजर चाहे. And secondly, it is quite possible that in coming years, you may see that the pledging of shares by the promoters would be banned. SEBI is also planning for that, though there will be consequences, and that's the reason the discussion is still on whether it should be this amendment should be made or not. But promoters will not be allowed to pledge their shares. Either you sell the shares or you don't sell the share. I mean, you keep the shares, right? So this is the stringency from SEBI side on the listed company to the promoters and to their promoters, because cases ऐसे हो गए हैं. All of sudden promoter shareholding कम हो गया कंपनी में, और क्यों कम हुआ? Because pledge हो गए थे उनके shares. So that's the reason additional responsibility has been cast. Right? All right then, that's it for this session. We'll meet tomorrow for buyback, 7 o'clock. We'll start with financial restructuring. Okay. Take care then. Bye bye.